So I spent a little time, looked up a little bit of things online here, did a little rock Googling.
They're rocks, Hank.
No, they're minerals. Jesus, Marie, I got some geo.
Wikipedia, Google.
And so one thing to talk about, rock Dwayne Johnson. Famous,
I don't think I've
famous actor.
anybody refer to him as Rock Dwayne.
It's a well-known way of saying his name.
That's so bad. The Rock Dwayne. Dwayne The Rock
Do you
Johnson.
smell what he's cooking? So, Dwayne Johnson, he is a phenomenon nowadays.
Yes.
He's in every single new action movie.
And he's always working. From what I heard, his new philosophy is to have a movie in theaters, a movie in pre-production, and a movie in post-production at all times. And I think he probably does. He probably has multiple movies in pre-production, to be honest. He might have multiple in post. And a lot of times, his movies compete against each other in the theater. He's also gets like inserted into other series now that need a kick. Sometimes it works with like Fast and the Furious, and they make even more money after he joins it. And they're doing a spin-off with him now. And then didn't they put him in G.I. Joe's or something?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he came into the second G.I. Joe movie.
And that didn't work. I don't think that it didn't matter who they put in. That was just
you couldn't
awful.
save that sinking ship.
It's just going to die.
Did you hear about his recent controversy where he was talking about the snowflakes?
No.
You know, that whole political term of calling people snowflakes. So there was a tabloid that quoted him as saying that millennials are putting us backwards.
Oh, my gosh.
And he said something about, those snowflakes and blah, blah, blah. So
he says he didn't say it.
Now he's saying that he did not say that. Or that they twisted
there's all these
his words.
publications who come out with stuff like that. It's the meme economy of let's take somebody famous and say that they said something we believe in, and people will eat it up.
Right. Well, that's how you get the clicks.
Yeah. So
we should probably start putting some of that stuff into our
we should
podcast.
Have The Rock, a meme of The Rock saying, every morning to get my dad kick, I listen to the NintenDads. And, man, those guys are so good.
I thought we could twist his words to make him sound like he hates people.
Oh, I thought we were going to use it for free promotion.
No.
No? I'm not sure if that's the best use of our time.
Probably not. Another rock type thing is the movie The Rock.
We're going to talk about this every week.
We're going to talk about it.
Not just The Rock, because The Rock Dwayne Johnson does different things, so we could literally talk about him every week.
I think that the movie The Rock could be talked about.
But the movie The Rock from 1996.
2 to 3 episodes.
That you copied and pasted in IMDb.
1996.
Summary. Tell us about The
Sean
Rock.
Connery, Nicolas Cage, Ed Harris, directed by Michael Bay. Explosion. So listen to the plot synopsis of this. A mild-mannered chemist and an ex-con must lead the counterstrike when a rogue group of military men, led by a renegade general, threaten a nerve gas attack from Alcatraz against San Francisco. What a ridiculous plot.
It's such a good... I actually really like the movie, but that is the weirdest IMDb summary of all time.
Well, it's not only an ex-con.
Yeah. Who's basically... You know this, right?
What?
I mean...
Oh, he's
James Bond.
He's James Bond, old.
Yeah.
Right. Yep. Renegade general, and then a mild-mannered
I did not know
chemist.
that Nicolas Cage was a mild-mannered chemist.
All right. We are dealing with one smart son of a bitch.
Who is your best chemical biological man?
I don't think he's that mild-mannered in the
I don't
movie, to be
remember. I
honest.
didn't even know. I guess I honestly didn't know what his position was at all.
I guess he's supposed to be kind of the straight man, so then Sean Connery can come in and be like, "You need to rough it up, mister. It's The Rock." Yeah. I don't mess around. Great movie.
Yeah, we were talking about. It's still burned in my brain. When one of the nerve gas shiny ball things falls and they just like close the door on the guy.
Well, I think that's the best scene in the movie. I think it's in the trailer, but there's a scene where that ball is rolling away, and
Yeah,
Nicolas Cage has to dive for it, maybe in slow motion.
Oh, of course, it had to have been in slow
And he
motion.
grabs it the last second before it like falls off the ledge. And if that were to happen, it would release nerve gas. If that ball hits, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I don't remember where he was at the time.
I just remember there's like really bright colored green balls.
Yeah.
I actually just thought of another rock themed item I could talk about for a moment here.
It's a mineral
So
collection.
there was a rock and roll game in the arcade cabinets back in the day. Do you remember the Aerosmith shooter?
Wait,
Did you ever play this?
Aerosmith.
The band.
Shooter?
Oh yeah.
Like a first-person shooter?
Yeah.
What?
Well, no, it's like you had a gun.
Oh,
You know, one of
mean
those
an
arcade shooters.
Oh, arcade. Okay. That was an Aerosmith? Like, so you're on, it's like a rail shooter.
Yes.
Okay.
It was called Revolution X. And it was you go around and you're just shooting up a bunch of bad guys. And there was a side red button that you could push, and instead of shooting out grenades, it would shoot out CDs.
CDs?
It's really good.
And it played all their songs?
Yeah, I believe there was some Aerosmith in the background for sure.
It
Yeah.
had to have,
It's
right?
a dystopian version of 1996. This is the premise of the game. An alliance of corrupt government and corporate military forces have taken control of the world in the guise of the new. We're gonna get copyright stricken for this. Please stop.
You can play fair use. I only played 3 seconds.
It's like it has to be like very low. It's like 4 seconds or something.
I don't know. We'll be fine.
I might have to cut that one. Yeah, but the power ups were laser discs and skull bombs
How did we get?
and CDs. Yeah, it's really good.
This sounds amazing.
Health replenishing shakes. So not like a med kit.
Oh,
You would just get like a protein shake, I
protein
guess.
Gotta work out.
Anyway, really good game. Did you know that in Mortal Kombat 2, if you do a particular large explosion, Steven Tyler would say the word toasty. Do you remember when he'd go toasty?
I do not. No, I
Oh,
do not.
yeah, that was Steven Tyler.
And you read Wikipedia in the podcast really well.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. So that's actually in a commercial for Revolution X. He said toasty in reference to Mortal Kombat 2 saying toasty.
Oh, he wasn't actually in Toast. He didn't actually do it.
He didn't do the voice.
Okay, so you just made that up.
But he
Maybe you should make a meme about it.